In today's video, I am going to teach you the poem For Anne Gregory by William Butler Yeats. Okay, this is a very interesting poem and this is the easiest poem. Okay, this is the easiest poem. Why I'm telling you? It is because it is a conversation between a girl and a boy. Girl here, the girl described in the poem, and the boy is the poet himself. Understood? And there is a old man, religious person, who is saying something to prove the conversation between them. Understood? uh, uh, that there is a conversation between a boy and a girl regarding real love. Okay, what is real love? And men generally get carried away by false love. They fall in love with a girl seeing the external beauty of the woman. Understood? External beauty of the women, okay, or girls, and that's how they start their life. This is the reason why they don't have happiness in their life. Their relationship breakup. Understood? The reasons behind the breakup is this only, because we fall in, we get carried away by fake love. Understood? We do look at the external beauty of the women. We do not see the inner beauty of a woman before we fall in love with her. It is her external beauty that we look at, that we value, that actually make us mad. As a result, we make the mistake of falling in love and make the mistake of marrying them. Understood? This is the reason many married couples have left each other soon after their marriage, long after their marriage. Understood? So actually, the poem teaches us, if you are looking for a good relationship, or if you are looking for a lasting relationship, all you need to look for is the real beauty in a woman. You need to look for real beauty. What is real beauty? The beauty that makes your relationship a lasting one. Is that clear? Have I been able to make your doubt very clear now? Is that clear? Yes. So, and at last, there is the mention of an religious person who is speaking in favor of true love. Is that clear? That's how the poem comes to an end. So, may I start reading the poem?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Never shall a young man, thrown into despair by those great honey-colored ramparts at your ear, love you for yourself alone and not for your yellow hair. Well, sorry. If you look at the meaning of the first stanza of the poem, what is clear to you is, never shall a young man shall never, what? Thrown into despair. A young man who has fallen in love, madly in love with a woman. Understood? Never shall a young man thrown into despair by those great honey-colored ramparts at your ear. It means at the ear of the women, if there is rampart-like hair, yellow-colored rampart-like hair covers the head. Understood? Of the beautiful ears. Okay, of a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman with brown colored hair on her head. Understood? Draw the attention of handsome youths. Understood? Handsome man towards her. As a result, that man fall madly in love with her. Understood? So that young man who has fallen madly in love with a brown colored hair woman, understood, that looks like ramparts. Ramparts means wall that actually surrounds a palace, a big house. Understood? Here, the brown colored hair of the woman, understood, like a wall, like keeps her real beauty hidden. Understood? Do you get it? The ramparts means thick big wall that run around a palace. Understood? What does the big walls, thick big walls do? Actually, the thick big walls that ran around the palace prevent the complete sight of the beautiful palace. The outside world cannot have a complete view, a clear picture of the palace. You can see the inside beauty of the palace, but from outside you cannot see the beautiful what? Palace. You cannot see, you cannot have a good look of the complete palace, complete beauty of the palace. That in similarly, the beautiful understood woman's beauty. What is that beauty? The inner beauty is not visible to the beautiful young men or handsome young men. Why? Because of what? The external beauty that obstruct what? Or that prevent the young man from having a look at her inner beauty. What is preventing the young man from having a look at her inner beauty? It is her brown colored hair on her head. Is that clear? Have I been able to make it out very clear? So, never shall a young man thrown into despair, means madly in love. Never shall a young man thrown into despair, means who has fallen madly in love, by those great honey colored means yellow colored, understood? By those great honey colored ramparts at your hair. Rampart means the brown colored hair, understood? One light brown color hair. Love you for you alone. That fellow will not love you for you alone. A woman is being advised. If a man who is madly in love with you will not love you for you alone, means he will not love you for the beautiful you that you are from inside. It means he will not look at who you are, understood? And he will not give importance to your internal beauty, understood? If he gives importance, he will give importance to your external beauty, and he will fall in love with you, and that relationship is not a permanent one. The relationship that you build, understood, or that you have with a man, or if a man falls in love with you by looking at your external beauty, that relationship is not going to last long, because that man has not seen the real you in you. That man is blind to who you are from inside, understood? As a result, that man will not love you from inside him. That man will not love you like God does. Do you understand? Do you get me what I'm saying? Have you understood what I'm saying? Is there any problem? Have I been able to explain the first answer? And then love you for yourself alone, means he will not love you for who you are. He will love you because he has fallen for your beautiful brown yellow colored hair. Understood? Beautiful brown yellow colored hair. Your beautiful brown yellow colored hair trapped that boy. Understood? Drew that boy's attention towards her. As a result, the boy fell in love with you, fell madly in love with you, and he has begun a relationship, or maybe he had married you. Do you understand? Only because of the fact that he got carried away by your external beauty. Have you understood? Now come to the next stanza. What is the second stanza saying? This first stanza is by the poet, understood? And the second stanza is by the beautiful woman. What does she say? But I can get a hair dye and set such color there, brown or black or carrot, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. See this. Look at what is written in the second stanza. What is written here? But I can get a dye here. It means she wants to have a hair dye. What kind of hair dye? She wants to make her hair on her head What does she wants to do to her hair on her head? She wants to make it either brown or black or carrot color. Understood? And then that young man in despair, those who had fallen madly in love with her, may love me, may love her for myself alone. It means if I dye my or if I make the hair, understood? Here on my head either black or brown or carrot colored, understood? Then those who love me madly will give me real love. Understood? Will really love me. Understood? For who she is. It means she will give importance to who I am from inside. That man will love that woman. Understood? From what? Are you getting me? Hello, look at me. You know, that man will be really loving her if she doesn't have brown colored hair. Understood? On her head. If she will, what will she do? Now what will she do? Now, from now onwards, what she is going to do is, she is going to make the hair on her head either black or brown or carrot. Understood? For to convince the boy to love her really, or to give her real love, or the relationship that the boy will make, understood, will be a permanent one. Understood? Have I been able to make you understand? And not the yellow hair. It means I am not going to draw his attention, not going to fool that boy into loving me and into giving me real love through seeing, understood, the external beauty of mine. Do you get it? It is according to what the women trying to say. And now in the last third stanza, what you hear is, I heard an old religious man. It means that the woman is saying, what is he saying? I heard an old religious man. Here we can say the poet. Do you get it? What does he say? I heard an old religious man, but yesternight declared that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. You know, if I look at actually I find it difficult to see. I heard an old religious man, but yesterday night, declare that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. You know, only in this world. And a religious man, did that religious man say? A religious man said that only God has got selfless love for us. God is above self. Understood? We actually are selfish. We always think of ourselves, either before falling in love or before doing anything. Because we have a body that prevents us from doing everything selflessly. Understood? Our body is a barrier. It's a mixture of different desires. Lobh, Kam, Krodh, Modh, Moh, Maschurya. Understood? These are all what prevent us from having or leading a sound life. Do you get it? So in this poem, in this last stanza, the poet says that only God can give us selfless love. For a human to give selfless love is beyond imagination. A human cannot do. What a human cannot do, only God can do. So you cannot expect, be it a woman or a man. Understood? You cannot expect what? Real love. Either from a woman or from a man. Only God can give what? the men from this world cannot give. But I want to tell you, there are many men, like the there are many people living in this world who are like God. Like Sai Baba came, he was like God. Mahaprabhu Chaitanya, he was like God. Understood? Jesus Christ, he was like God. He was representative of God, isn't it? So they are representative of God. So only representative like persons, understood, who represent God can give you what? What the man of this world cannot give you.
A clear picture.
Is that clear? Is the picture very clear?
Yes,
Have I been
yes,
able to teach you the poem properly?
Yes.
Thank you. If you have liked my class, don't forget to share it with those who you think can benefit. Bye bye.